everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of the Curry and Rice Show.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Okay, so how are we, my friend?
I'm good and I'm excited because our topic for today
Is that season of Game of Thrones. I think you people know very well.
Yay.
That season.
we're almost a year late to the party.
We're a year late, but as a book reader myself, and Tom being a fan too.
Yeah, I haven't read the books.
Yeah, but you know, you're
I
still,
see
you're
what
still a
you're
fan of the show, yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, we are fans, and it is an obligation for as big as fans as we are to cover this.
It's not an obligation. It's just fun.
Whatever, bro. Anyway, so let's just start this off. That last season. Now, when I saw the trailer, when I first saw that trailer,
Yeah.
I shit my pants. I was like, oh my god, it's going to happen.
Everything's kicking off.
It's kicking off. The Battle of the Dawn is here. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I even made a cringy Facebook post about it.
Oh no.
I made a cringy Facebook post. I actually reworded, you know, when Gandalf said, like, the battle for,
Miller.
no, yeah, the Middle-earth speech, you know the one.
I know the one.
Yeah, I even did,
Like the one outside of whatever.
yeah, I did a plagiarized bit on that. But you know what? I didn't care at that point. I was so excited for that last. So. And then
And then it happened.
it happened.
Alright. I want to hear first. What are your thoughts on it? This is the most important part. The Battle of Winterfell.
The Battle of Winterfell. Now, if this was just like a really shitty, show that nobody ever watched, that nobody ever really paid attention to, that only had like a minimum budget, that had only been on for a few years, I would have completely forgiven it.
Yeah.
This was the culmination of a decade, a fucking decade,
Yeah, I know.
and you did that.
Okay, so obvious problem number one. You couldn't see half the fights.
You couldn't see half the fucking fight. Okay, I will grant you one good thing. There is a okay.
There are good bits in
There are
this.
good bits in it.
Like-
Number one.
Straight up the goddamn zombie dragon.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say the first good thing. It actually taught people how to correct the fucking quality of their TVs once.
Yeah.
How it looked and everything. So it did that. Unintentional.
Yeah.
And second, that soundtrack. Oh my
The
god.
Night King.
The Night
It's-
King soundtrack.
Oh, beautiful.
That was one of the best.
Yes. It's haunting. It tells you everything you need to know about the Night King because he doesn't speak a goddamn word.
That
That entire soundtrack, the whole slow, just walking towards Bran after. Okay, Theon's death.
beyond stuff.
That was done well.
That was done very, very well.
It was final charge of a man who knew he was going to die, who was attempting to correct all his mistakes of the past. And the Night King just cuts him down.
Yes. It's brutal, it's sad, and that entire sequence, everything, I don't think I've ever seen a more perfectly done montage that just spells doom and nothing is going to help you. And you know what? I was glued to my seat. My
Yeah.
mother, now, me and my mother watched that thing live. We stayed up until
I'm not sure that maybe 1, 2 in the morning.
yeah, we were staying up. Me and my mother were staying up. I would watch that during that last like 8 minutes.
Yeah, and it is a solid 8 minutes.
Eight
And when I mean solid, as you could feel each second tick by with each little note.
Yes. It was perfect. I was glued to my seat. That was one of the few moments that I think the entire world held for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about that was great. It was Theon's dead, there's no one left to protect Bran.
John
Daenerys is down.
John is having a fucking shouting match with the dragon.
Yeah, which is, again, that was amazing.
It was very
'Cause
weird.
it was just, come on, come get me, you son of a bitch.
And you know what? It made no sense. It made no sense. It's very bizarre looking back why he was doing that. But you know what?
It was still cool. Well, to be fair, it's because he was just pushed to his goddamn end.
Yeah.
And again, Daenerys is down, Mormont is dying.
The-
It's like everything is going just ass backwards.
So he's just releasing all that frustration.
Yeah.
Like, come and just end it.
Come and fucking get me.
Yes. And then you've got that. It looks like the end. It looks like the end. Bran is stoned out of his mind.
I'm so glad someone else thinks that Bran acts like that. Like, after he becomes a three-eyed Raven, he's just straight up high.
Yeah.
He is on another goddamn planet.
The Night King looks down at him like his disappointed
Like
stepfather
stepdad.
finding out that he's stoned for the first time.
And you know, like the slow sword unsheathing.
Slow, short, and cheating. I was convinced that we were going to end this episode. It was going to be so bleak. I was thinking, oh my god, they're going to kill everybody. But what? So does that make Cersei like the
last one standing.
the last one standing? Are we going to be rooting for Cersei for these last two episodes? And then it happened.
Yeah, there is. I can remember this entire scene where Arya jumps up with the knife. Like second by second, exactly how I felt. And he's just grabbed by the throat, and I'm like, oh. And he was like, and if they killed Arya there, it would have been the ultimate gut punch. Because like for a second, she's like the last shining light, and the Night King just takes her down. That would have been like, holy shit.
It would have made the Red Wedding look like a
Yeah.
fucking
A tea party.
a tea party.
And then there's the whole, he's the goddamn Night King. How did he not? He's been alive for hundreds of years,
Thousands of.
and he's defeated simply by knife dropped to the other hand, stabbed to the gut.
And everybody dies. Every single
Night.
everything unliving technically dies again. What do you think?
They stop being murderous.
And then I was like,
My exact words were, "Is that it?"
that
Because
summarizes
I thought-
everything.
Because we've been waiting for that fight for a decade.
A decade.
A decade of
First scene ever.
like since the first scene, because we watched the first few episodes together, and you told me pretty much the entire backstory, so I could understand what was happening. I didn't have to piece it together,
Yes.
so I knew what was going to happen. And I can remember we were watching it, and when the guy, the deserter, gets executed, you're gonna go, and you just turned to me positively and went, "This is gonna come back and bite them in the ass." And I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" And it just led. I would have liked it if that because I like it, that entire episode was a battle. That was actually it was.
What helped is you could see it.
Yes, I could see. The bits you could see were actually pretty cool.
Yes.
Like how Jamie and Brienne, they get completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They're just back to the wall while the undead are just charging at them. Again, that was brilliant. I mean, it just spelled just total hopelessness.
Now let's look at everything wrong with that episode, shall we?
Yeah,
And then we'll move on to the series, to
The actual
episode,
series,
the
yeah.
season in general.
because first of all, not only did this whole fight have a good decade leading up to it, the first 3 episodes of that season were also leading up to it.
Yes.
So it just added to the tension. And it was and you got to see a real visceral side to the Night King. Like when they stumble across the one of the houses that have sided with them, and they're just all dead, and their arms are rearranged into a banner.
Yes.
And you're like, holy Christ! And then the boy who's pinned to the wall with a spear, and he comes back to life and tries to kill you, and you're like, okay, the Night King just isn't taking prisoners now. He's he's got his army.
Oh, by the way, just so you know too, that boy was literally the last heir to House Umber, one of the top
Yeah, I
houses
know.
in the north,
That's what I was trying to say.
and they butchered him.
Yeah, and his entire goddamn house. To quote Anakin Skywalker, not just for men, but for women and the children too.
Yes.
everyone massacred, and it's like, and the whole like, and it's a needless display of like making like all the arms and the legs and the body parts into this just
Oh yeah.
disgusting sigil.
Oh, by the way, do you remember when we all thought that would actually lead to something? The constant symbolism.
Yeah,
It meant nothing.
I know. It was just a cool symbol. It was just a nice pattern that they used to do.
Let's look at this fight in general, though. This entire episode in general. First of all,
Mhm.
what the fuck was that battle plan?
It wasn't a good. Let's let's
First-
Dothraki. Let's just send them straight on in. Let's go to them.
Yes, you know, it's
The
not
hordes of the
it's not as if we have Dothraki, like the best cavalrymen in the world.
Yeah.
We have dragons. We have an entire northern army.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
and let's
knows-
not forget magic.
Magic.
We have the magic lady.
You know, now we're not military experts, neither of us.
No, except Jon Snow.
Yeah,
Who
except Jon Snow.
actually is.
Except I don't know, plenty of other people who have. Do you know how many? Literally,
It's like so much battle experience amongst all the leaders.
and it's diverse
that
too.
fight.
It's not just like one type. You have Beric Dondarrion, for example, who led the Brotherhood without banners against the Crown forces for
Mhm.
years on end.
Yeah.
Who became the bane behind enemy lines.
Mhm.
Imagine what he could have done.
Yeah.
Give him
But
like
Jorah Mormont, like one of the best goddamn fighters in all the Isles.
yeah,
You had, Daenerys, who single-handedly took over Slavers Bay
with dragons.
with dragons. But not all of it was done with dragons. The dragons were sort of just influences. She kept the power.
Yeah, you've got Unsullied.
Yeah? Like, the goddamn warrior race.
Yeah, and
Which is essentially their own race, I suppose.
yeah, in fact, literally, yeah, they're like the Jango Fett clones of the uniform.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, literally. So overall, you've got one badass motherfucking fighting force right there.
What's the plan? Let's have a Dothraki in.
Yeah. With,
Alone.
Oh no! Wait. Let's
Let's set their swords on fire.
set that sword to fire.
This is like good. I will say that scene was done well.
And
It was done, but like when you see the Dothraki all charge in, and one by one all the fires go out. That was actually like bone chilling.
How about this? In fact, does anyone? I think I might actually brought this up on like this Game of Thrones Facebook page. I have this question. Nobody could answer me.
What was it?
Why didn't Mel just make a shadow baby and assassinate the Night King with the dagger?
Yeah, good point.
Literally.
Yeah, that power that's used once and never again.
Yeah. In fact, it's not as if you don't have King's blood. You have Jon Snow. You have. Oh no.
Podrick.
Not. No.
No. Really?
It's just wishful thinking. Sorry.
Don't want to know what your history looks like.
Yeah, but but that's
But yes,
generally.
I know, there was at least two. Like you get King's blood from two different people. They've actually got King's blood from Podrick, not Podrick, the other bloke.
Which one was the
Like the King's bastard. The
Yeah,
blacksmith.
Gendry.
Gendry. Yeah, I get him and Podrick mixed up.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
So you have King's blood there.
You have two sets of King's blood.
Yeah, you have a dagger.
Hmm?
A dagger.
You have a lot of Valyrian weapons. You have a ton of dragon glass.
Yeah, and so Mel, and all you can do is just. Oh yeah. By the way, Mel. So you went to fucking Essos, and then you came back and you didn't get anything. Would you have to get supposed to bring something?
Yeah.
Or somebody or some people.
Just something. It was very dumb. And it's Cersei also just royally pissed me off. Because she could see what the threat was, even like in the season before, and didn't join it. I can understand like the whole crazy with power thing. But it was just made dumb in this one.
Well, you know what it was though, right?
Yeah.
She didn't get a fucking Dumbo. She didn't get a right Dumbo.
No, she didn't get an elephant. Which is a shame. I was looking forward to seeing some war elephants.
Well, they blew the budget, didn't they?
Yeah.
They blew the budget. What exactly? I don't get what they did.
I don't know.
You'd think the fucking studio, you think HBO would,
The first thing they get would be elephants.
Yeah.
So I was just a little disappointed. We're just completely elephantless. I mean, like CGI some elephants or
So
something.
so you tell me David Weiss couldn't literally go to HBO and say, look, this is the biggest pop cultural TV show in history. You think we could get an extension on that budget just so we could,
Yeah.
make this finale mean something more?
Yeah, because it's.
Oh, wait. Well, sorry, pal. We couldn't really,
Oh, executive!
we couldn't really do that.
Why not? What do you spend the budget on?
Well, we had to redesign fucking King's Landing, didn't we, to make it look like a desert for some reason, even though it's near the sea, and it hasn't looked anything like that.
Yeah, that was a strange choice. It's. I don't know.
It just nothing makes sense.
No.
Nothing makes sense. In fact,
So they kind of went out of their way to make it because there was so much good stuff in it.
people, just to clarify, there are so many things wrong, so many observational things that don't make sense and that are just outright retarded. Sorry, in this season, that I don't think me and Tom.
It would
are
take
actually
It would take a whole other podcast to get.
Yeah, we would actually need plenty of podcasts. All right, let's just go on another thing. Let's just go on something else. Varys. So Varys' entire reason for turning against Dany was because he burned the two Tarly. One of them was a complete dick.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
and the other one sort of accepted his death.
Yeah, because she burnt them. Not exactly the cruelest way you can go out in this world.
Not really. Well, actually, it's because he did serve under the Mad King for a bit,
Yeah.
so he could he could remember what he was like.
Yes, but here's the problem. He served under him and made sure that the Mad King stayed in power.
Yeah, that's true.
So, storyline stupidity. So Varys will serve under Aerys Targaryen, and he will not support Rhaegar in trying to take that power.
Mm.
But for some reason, Dany burns some guy
Yeah.
and his son, who again, one of them was a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, so there's that. She looked a bit depressed after Jorah died, and she wanted a march on King's Landing. So this was apparently the entire basis.
Yeah. This was almost done well. That's
I know,
my problem.
It was
'Cause
done
it was-
terribly.
'cause-
Sorry, it was done terribly.
I disagree because he's actually pretty old and he has regrets. One of his biggest regrets is serving Mad King, and he doesn't want that to happen again.
But here's
Because
the
he
problem.
tries to goddamn poison her at some point.
But here's the problem. He didn't regret it. Let me just tell you this, right? For non-book readers, Rhaegar almost overthrew the Mad King, or he was planning to. You know that, Harrenhal? What
Yeah.
took place at Harrenhal?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, the tourney at Harrenhal.
Yes, I do.
Well, basically, the entire thing was supposed to be a cover for Rhaegar to rally the lords to his side to depose the Mad King. It was
Yeah.
Varys who actually let the Mad King know.
Mm.
And so, therefore, the Mad King discovered it, and it never came to anything.
Yeah.
Until Rob's rebellion.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Varys was very, very accepting of his death. Which sort of annoyed me, because his whole thing is about survival.
Yes.
Like, one of the best scenes in all of Game of Thrones is Varys opening the box. You immediately know what I'm on about.
I know what you're
When
on.
Tyrion comes in, and he tells him the story of how he became who he was.
Yes.
How, like, the warlock, because he used to, like, work in, like, a circus, or their version of a circus, I guess.
Yes.
And, like, a warlock one day, like called him to his chambers, cut off his private bits, tossed him into a fire, and the fire spoke back, and that's what always freaked him out.
Yes.
And and then from there on, he was like, whatever he could do to survive. He, sold what was left of his body, gained money, power, got into the courts, all just so he could fight this goddamn warlock. And the whole opening up the crate, and there he is.
Yes.
And it's like, his whole thing was about survival. And the fact that he just accepts, I guess I'm gonna get burned to death.
Mm.
He was like, he didn't speak out against it.
Okay.
He wasn't as pissed off as I expected him to be.
Yes. So, do you think that the last season has irreparably killed off the legacy of the show?
Oh goodness, no. It definitely hasn't. Because it's still a good show. And I will say, we did But last season isn't the worst.
But here's the problem. Say
It
if
is
you're
the end.
say if you're one of those rare human beings who have never watched the show, would you really watch it now, knowing that apparently the ending is absolute dog shit? So why would you invest your time in something that everyone says is going to be shit in the end?
Yeah, that's true. It's
You're not, are you?
you know, it'll kill it for new fans, quite possibly.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they'll always go. Actually, everyone was raving about this. Maybe I will check it out. But it always will be a good show because it's seasons 1, 2, and 3 are amazing. 4 goes like I couldn't really because it's 1, 2, and 3 is when everything starts to kick off, and then for like a season and a half, nothing really happens, and then it all kicks off again. So it's where like 4 and half of 5, it just slightly loses me.
well, it says something about the fact though that you've read the news, right? What if it hasn't killed the legacy? Why are all these supposed spin-off shows that were supposed to take place not happening anymore?
Yeah, it's
It's a tragedy. You know what? We're gonna cover this again. We're gonna cover Game of Thrones. Maybe next week. I don't know. But let's get on to something else.
Wait.
Yeah?
The ending.
The ending.
I do want to talk about the ending of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What happened? Because again, I love the last fight. King's Landing, just getting completely burnt to the ground. When Dany finally snaps.
It made no sense.
Not really, but I liked it. It was just such an onslaught. And it was dreadful, and I loved it. And I will have to say, I liked the part where Jon Snow killed her. Because I was like, oh, right, that was out of nowhere. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
And then-
but there's a good.
And that's where it should have ended. It should have ended right there, open-endedly. We don't know what happens next. Dragon burns the throne, and that's it. That should have been the ending, probably. But then there's like and then you check the time. You're like, oh, have you got like another 10 minutes left? You're like, well, what the hell are we gonna do now?
Well, they have to redo the ending of Return of the King.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. They pretty much redid the Return of the King.
Yeah.
Down to a guy called Sam calling it a Song of Ice and Fire. That was so cringe. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. That was an atrocity on screen.
Just a little bit.
That was
It was-
cinematic atrocity.
Mm.
I would have rather watched a Serbian film than watch that.
It was, and it was just like the whole idea of like Bran is king now. I mean, like, why? What did he do? I mean, I know he's like he can see the future, but he hasn't really done much to prove that he'd be a good leader. I mean, if anything, Sansa has, or like or anyone else. But Bran hasn't led anyone in anything.
Yeah, and remember there was actually something called there was a basis. It was called a claim. Remember
Yeah.
when you actually had to have a claim?
Yeah, and I like that they actually threw that out because it's like kings won't be born; they'll be elected, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's all right. That's actually makes sense. But the fact that the Grey Worm lets Tyrion keep on speaking, oh, listen to this guy, he's a prisoner. It's. I know it's the best they could
Remember
do.
when Jon Snow was actually supposed to do something? I was expecting down to the last 5 minutes. Is something gonna happen with Jon Snow?
Yeah,
The prince that was promised?
yeah.
All that shit?
Because again, Jon Snow would have made an excellent king. He wouldn't have liked it, but he would have been brilliant at it.
And it's not as if he actually has a claim though. His claim is like very poor.
Yeah. But he still would have been a brilliant king. But it just annoys me because, and then just the weird thing that really, really pissed me off about Bran is they're like, so what do you say? He's like, why do you think I'm here? I'm like, dude, fuck you. Just the weird arrogance of like he sees the future and acts like it's something that everyone else should be able to do. And I'm like, no, dude, you're kind of like a goddamn seer at this point. You're the three-eyed raven. I mean,
Maybe they
Shut
made him.
up.
Maybe he bribed Tyrion
Yeah,
with that fucking good weed that he was smoking.
probably.
Seriously, I want to know what that guy's on.
Yeah, it was just fucking Bran. I hated him in that all of that season because he was just this emotionless robot. And I understand it's now because he sees everything. Like the past, future, and present are all his.
So he's like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, essentially. And you can understand him like getting it. But even Dr. Manhattan emotes.
Occasionally.
Not very much, but you can tell when Dr. Manhattan is happy or sad or confused or just disassociated. But Bran was high the entire time.
Yeah. Just so you know, as a book reader, I can't see anything like that ever happening. It's. I will tell you, like, unless you actually want to read the books,
I may not.
you'll get into it though. Trust me. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes.
Did you see that latest trailer for Birds of Prey?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's Harley frickin' Quinn.
I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Never do that again.
I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
It's
All right, you know, I like Margot Robbie. She seems cool. She's a good actress when you actually give her something to work with. But Harley Quinn is not a good character, nor is it something that you look forward to. And Margot Robbie going, I need to get my new identity somehow.
yeah.
I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Stop.
I don't know,
Please.
guys. I don't know what to do.
It's the one saving grace of Birds of Prey is going to be Ewan McGregor as Black Mask.
Maybe. He will be the best bit. Like,
Yeah,
right there.
he was.
I'm Harley Quinn.
He was in the goddamn prequels.
I sound like Krusty Niece. for some reason.
Just a bit. But he'll be the saving grace of this film.
Oh, you will. You can
He'll
guarantee
be like,
it.
I'm out of everyone in this film, I am certain that he is going to be in another DC.
You will.
He's gonna get another DC movie as Black Mask. Somehow.
It'll have to be a prequel because, you know,
He's
since Ewan McGregor will be the best thing, you know they'll have
He's
to kill
going
him
to
off.
die.
They'll have to kill him off.
Yeah, he's going to die in this. That or they're gonna do the whole mask gets melted into his face thing.
Yeah. But then it's going to end with going, I'm Harley!
It's
Ha ha, I'm Harley Quinn!
Jesus Christ. You sound like a nightmare brought to life.
That's how he sounds to me. I can't
It's
stand,
not the worst accent I've ever
I
seen.
can't stand that voice.
No, it's not that great. But it's Birds of Prey.
It's a bit of prey, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good. And apparently it's supposed to be good. Oh. And apparently, how do you feel about DC actually being part of the Arrowverse now?
I've heard of this, yes.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched Crisis on Infinite Earths because it isn't out in Britain yet.
No.
But I've seen it's Ezra Miller's Flash meets Grant Gustin's.
Yes.
Because they can do whatever the hell they want because multiverse, which is the best excuse for anything ever. Because they had bits of Titans in there, which I will get back to Titans in a second.
I mean, they had no
want
choice.
to talk about Titans.
I mean, it's not as if they had any choice, though.
No, but it's multiverse is the greatest excuse ever because it's you no longer have to properly follow timelines for the shows now. Because that was my main problem because I watch a lot of the DC shows.
Yeah.
Because I watched Legends of Tomorrow, which I like.
Do you actually
And
think
no
it
one
was a good
else seems
idea for Ezra Miller and Grant Gustin's Flash to actually meet?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a good idea at all.
'Cause-
Especially not. I mean, not in their suits, because Ezra Miller's costume made Grant Gustin look like a fucking cosplayer.
Yeah. It's Ezra Miller. He has the better costume except for one thing. The wings. They look dumb. But he does the better suit. No, I think it's okay. Because he's already met other versions of the Flash from different TV shows. He's met the goddamn original, from the 1980s one. And it's he's met he's the one who plays his dad. He's met him as the Flash. So I don't really mind, because they can do whatever they want, multiverse, all that jazz. But I like it, because as I was saying, I watch the DC shows, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Arrow. I haven't watched Supergirl because it just doesn't look fun. And Batwoman, the trailer put me off it in seconds. Because she was a good character in like the Elseworlds little thing that they did. But it just doesn't look like a fun show. Then it's like it's scaling back far too much. But anyway, and like Krypton as well. I've watched that as well, which is completely disconnected from the CW one. And it always like I was always confused. Where does this actually place in with which version? And I've watched a bit of Doom Patrol, which is just funny from beginning to end.
And I just can't get into those shows, quite frankly. But I'm just saying, seeing that apparently they are canon now, because has that actually been made official that they are like, there is like a multiverse?
Yes, it's like
And
they
that's
made that official in like season 2 of Flash.
Because are we sure that it's not just, Ezra Miller just popping by the studio one day and saying, "Hey guys, how are you doing? Do you want me? I got my
Is
costume
this your
with
Ezra?
me."
This is your Ezra. Yeah, because he always carries his costume with him.
He just carries his costume with him for some reason. Yeah.
Do you think because he might not get another movie?
I think he's gonna get another movie.
I hope he gets one because he was
I like Ezra Miller.
one of the better parts of Justice League,
Yeah, and I
he
like
wasn't
Ezra Miller.
good.
I really do like the guy.
but he was better. He was like him and Aquaman were the best parts of Justice League.
I mean, it's not really saying much.
I know,
in that
but
movie.
it was still pretty good. But I like it because they have I've had the original animated voice for Batman in it as well, and I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like it'll be fun.
Well, one can hope. One can hope.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, DC in general. How do you feel about it so far? Are we? Do you think it's going to get more positive or worse as it goes on?
I have absolutely no idea because we've talked about like the new upcoming movies, and some seem fun and actually good, and some are just questionable. Birds of Prey being the first one because it's going to suck. It's not going to be good, which is a real shame. And then for whatever reason, Suicide Squad 2 with John Cena as a pacifist.
I don't know. I'm just going to watch the movie for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Captain Polka Dot.
Captain Polka Dot Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's big.
Yeah. John Cena. Why that guy hasn't been like put in any of Marvel or DC stuff to begin with, I just don't understand whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, bless me.
Look at that fucking guy.
Yeah. He's built like a goddamn brick house.
Yeah. Literally, like, fucking hell. That guy. How old is that guy now?
I have no idea.
He's on the juice. He's really on the juice.
I don't think he is. I just think he's like unstoppable.
You don't look like that without taking something.
Possibly. I think he's like completely against drugs. I don't know. I don't know my wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I watch wrestling. That guy's on something. All right. You don't travel hundreds and hundreds of days a fucking year, having to go everywhere, wrestle every night, do everything that he has to do, and find time to work out to that rate. That's just not humanly possible.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it could be. Who knows?
Who knows if
he could bench press his car while he's driving it.
I mean, probably. But literally, we might even get there. We might be fucking wiped out by the coronavirus by that time.
Oh, don't. That's... 1820 and 1920 had their plagues, so I guess it's our turn.
But what if this is like the grand finale?
It's not.
Sure.
It's bad, but it is not a global epidemic yet.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Anything's a possibility. We could get invaded by aliens.
Don't tempt your luck.
Yeah.
Don't tempt your luck, alright, Tom?
I'm confident that aliens have discovered our planet and just gone, not for me.
I think aliens invented the world. I
mean, why?
Maybe we're like some sort of experiment. That's what I think. I'm a deist myself, you see, so I do believe in a higher power. Sure.
This is starting to sound like what's the South Park episode?
Which South
where
Park?
they find out where like Earth is just a reality TV show. where there's a planet for every individual species, and they've just stuck them all on Earth. So there's like a planet for cows and cats and dogs and people, and they've just put them all on Earth for a TV show.
I wouldn't mind a planet of cows.
That'd be fun.
Just get a lot of milk. I like milk.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Strong teeth and bones, I guess.
Strong teeth and bones, indeed. And meat too. Oh, did I offend a vegan right there?
I don't care.
I think I offended a vegan.
Oh well.
Oh well. Not working well. Yeah, I mean,
We've got off topic. DC.
DC, yeah. So let's be honest. Overall, it hasn't had the best start in life.
No, it hasn't.
No.
It's well, it had a good first movie, which was Man of Steel.
It wasn't that good though.
It wasn't great, but it was good.
I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't what was needed. All right, because the first movie sets the tone. The first
Yes.
movie sets the tone, and when people, I think that's why there
It
was
wasn't.
such pessimism.
It wasn't an Iron Man.
No, it wasn't an Iron Man. All right, Iron Man was gritty, but at the same time,
Was Iron Man actually was Hulk the first official Marvel movie? Does that one count?
it counts, doesn't it?
I don't know. There have been 3 versions of like the Hulk movies.
None of them really that good.
No.
No. Hulk just doesn't function on his own without somebody else.
No, it's he had a TV show for once. DC. I like Man of Steel. It was an alright film. It wasn't exactly exceptional, but it wasn't dreadful. It was just good.
Well, I think it came down to the main problem, which is, I think the studio just forced Zack Snyder and just tell them, look, we're starting our own universe.
Because Marvel can do it, we can do it quicker.
Yeah, we can do it quicker, so we need you to help us out with that. And he's like, yeah, but
I'm like, yeah, come on, you did Watchmen. You can do this.
I
You
just
can do gritty superheroes.
Yeah, but I didn't have the idea of doing a spin-off. No offense to Zack Snyder. I think he's a good director with when he's in his element.
Yeah,
Superheroes just a decent man as far as I'm concerned.
he did Watchmen.
Watchmen wasn't that good though.
Watchmen was amazing.
Look, aside from Rorschach, do you actually remember anything else?
Yes.
Aside
I
from,
love
aside from
Watchmen.
Doctor Manhattan.
Yes, I love Watchmen. I still go back and watch it. It's like one of my few 10 out of 10 films.
I wouldn't go that far myself.
Nonetheless, DC.
DC. So, yeah, it didn't have the best start in life, and like I said, it shows because, like I said, it's been revealed and it's well known that Man of Steel was not meant to. It wasn't like meant to start the franchise.
No,
I think
it was supposed to be like its own sort of standalone.
Yeah, it was meant to be like its own standalone series.
And
It
they
was
went,
like it was supposed to be modelled on like the Dark Knight realistic.
yeah,
Even though a Superman realistic movie is in and of itself,
a bit daft.
yeah.
Whereas if you look back at Dark Knight, which is, I love the Dark Knight trilogy. It's the best take on Batman I've seen in years. It's like it wasn't done before, and it hasn't been done since.
I mean, he's not my favorite, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it wasn't planned out. So, how would you, hypothetically,
If from here I just made Man of
Say-
Steel,
say
and
you-
I was asked, good, now make some more.
say you get like the powers of Doctor Manhattan somehow, and you can remake the, go back in time. What would
Funny
you?
enough, Manhattan can't really go back in time. It's confusing.
Okay, you
can-
know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
All right, so hypothetically, if you have to like restart these movies, what order would you do it in, and what general storyline would you follow?
Okay, so I would still start with Man of Steel
Okay.
because I like it. It's a good start.
Anything change? Change anything?
I wouldn't make the villain Zod. I wouldn't start with General Zod.
Oh, aye.
I think I'd start with someone a bit more smaller scale. Like, I would have maybe because what if Superman's original villains is like Salazar, or however you say it, but he's like the king of Gorilla City before Grodd. and he's like one of Superman's like minor. And he was like his major villain like during when Superman comics were starting out.
So we're leaving the realistic. We're
Scrap
we're
realism.
scrapping like the half baked realistic.
Yeah. Because that's just it was okay. So I wouldn't make it Zod. He's a good villain, but he's not a good beginning villain because he's like he's sort of he's one that makes Superman realize I'm not the last of my kind. It's from Zod that he really finds out what happened to his world. So I started off with someone because I would have done it.
I think
If I had like a Superman trilogy, I would do like a small scale villain like Salazar.
now that I think about it, I think Man of Steel actually suffered from like, the mid 2000s superhero syndrome, which is, when a superhero movie would try, it would like get one try, and then because of that, it would try and do every single storyline at once. It would rush everything.
Daredevil.
Daredevil, other films that came out at that time, I can't remember. Spawn, whatever.
Blade Free.
Blade Free, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It came out, it would, those dark, those grittiest superhero movies that would come out, and they had to do everything.
Yeah.
X-Men, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 1 and 2 were
3.
great.
Yeah, they're good.
But I get what you mean. Yeah. It had all, but I'd start with like a small scale. If I had a Superman trilogy, I would do like one of the smaller villains like Salazar, or even I'd do something like Bane, because that would just be an interesting. Here's a wrench in the works. Then I'd have Lex Luthor, and I would have someone other than Jesse Eisenberg. Just, God alive, what was that? And then I'd do Zod.
I would have actually liked an idea that I've seen somebody else came up with. I think. I would have had like Lex Luthor be older than Superman.
Yeah.
Maybe like Bryan Cranston. I think that would have been good.
Yeah. Because there were just so many other better choices.
Yeah.
Because like Jesse Eisenberg could have made like a brilliant like Scarecrow or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Or actually, I'll get onto that.
Or Riddler.
Yeah. Either or, like one of these like quirky, insane men, something like that. Then, if I had to do a Superman trilogy, I would do that. I would also do Batman.
Yeah.
Or
So we got Man of Steel first with a minor villain, then what?
Then I would do Batman, and I would either try and incorporate the Nolan trilogy, but I'd be like, maybe that should be left on its own.
I think that should be left on something.
Yeah. So then I would I'd still go with Ben Affleck because he's a good Batman.
Yeah, he is.
He's just been given a big old pile of ass. So I'd have him like his villain. I'd have him like Deathstroke.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because again, it would be because that's where you need to do realism is when it gets to Batman. And there would be no better because Batman and Deathstroke are like one of the best rivalries ever. Because we're both like pretty rich. We've got like insane tech and we're martial arts experts and they've both got butlers. And their butlers are friends. And I find that funny. And it would be a good sort of just like, Deathstroke is looking for someone to kill in Gotham. He's been like hired to like take out a city official. And this is about Batman trying to keep him safe. And again, it would be like and as we've seen, like this Batman, he's a brawler, he's up close, and that would work great against Deathstroke.
Yeah, can you imagine the fight scenes?
Because it's like, we've got 3 Deathstrokes. There are 3 Deathstrokes right now. Because there's the one in Arrow, there was the one in Titans, and there was the one who was in like a few seconds of Justice League. And all 3 of them are good Deathstrokes.
Yeah.
So I'd have either one of them. And again, it would be pretty cool. I would have, because you need to do each of these characters first. Then I'd do Wonder Woman. I'd get the Trinity out of the way first.
Yeah.
Then I'd of course do Cyborg. Actually, I do Cyborg last. I wouldn't
do him at all. Cyborg is the let me think a sec. Cyborg is the Hulk of the DC universe. He just doesn't need it. I don't think it would work.
Yeah, I do.
Cyborg's just not interested.
Aquaman as it was good. So I would have put that. I would have put Aquaman again before Justice League. So Aquaman again as it was. Flash would be difficult Because again, I would do the Flash, and maybe like the Rogues would be the villains. So like Captain Cold, Heatwave, Golden Glider, Mirror Master, the Hypnosis girl that I always forget. Those ones.
Yeah.
I would have, because again, it would be, because I don't want to throw Reverse Flash in yet, because CW have done him to death. So it would be like, it would essentially be copying, and you could not beat the CW Reverse Flash, who is the best villain of season 1. And, like, technically 5. But anyway. Then I would do Rogues, with Flash. Cyborg, I would try to do, but I struggle giving him a villain.
Who is
Or
his villain?
possible.
Who is his villain?
I don't know.
Does he have
I
a
genuinely don't, because I've never really read, like, a Cyborg standalone comic, because I'm not sure they exist. I mean, I'm sure they do, but I've never been able to find one. Like, one of his main villains is Grid, was like an alternate version of him, but it's like completely given into the mechanical side.
Wow, that sounds fascinating.
Grid's actually an okay villain.
You can see the interest in my
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I am.
Yeah.
It's just when it comes to Cyborg, I
immediately
can't help but
disinterest.
shut off.
Yeah.
Cyborg just does not interest me whatsoever. Cyborg, it's not because he's black.
I didn't think it was.
No, but I'm not.
He's not an interesting character.
No, not for you. But there will be some fucking douchebag, right? Who will always accuse you of racism.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that it's not because he's black.
I-
It's because Cyborg is just a very, other than Teen Titans original show, Cyborg, I just never found any version of Cyborg that interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
why do you think in Injustice he just decided, all right, we can't make him interesting, let's just make him a dick?
Yeah. And it worked. It worked in Injustice.
Yeah.
Because he was just a killer. It's because it's the best character development ever. Because he watched all his friends die,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do anything about it.
Other than Teen Titans Cyborg, that was literally like the only other version of Cyborg that actually held my
Cyborg
interest.
isn't in Titans for whatever reason. The Titans TV show, they put him in Doom Patrol instead.
Well, they've now pushed him up to Justice League level.
yeah.
They pushed him from the C division up to the A division.
Yeah. Which
Well, they have to have a black.
Cyborg's timeline confuses me.
They have to have a black guy on the Justice League now.
Now it sounds racist.
I'm just saying. Like, for diversity reasons, they have to have Cyborg.
Yeah. 'Cause
Look, if Cyborg was white, do you think he would have been on Justice League? Really?
yes.
I don't think he would have. They're just literally just pushing it because they have to be one of us, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying that's the reason why they did it.
Yeah. No, it's Cyborg. He confuses me because I don't know Cyborg's timeline. I'm not sure if he joins the Titans and then the Justice League.
Well, he was always a Titan.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure which one he is first. I'm not sure which one came first, like actually in his timeline or when they were making the comic books.
Well, in my heart, he's a Titan.
Yeah, he's a good Titan. It's anyway. At
Just
some
look-
point in between there, I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
do Wonder Woman too.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do Justice League.
And so what's this now? So, 2011, Man of Steel. 2013, what? Batman.
Yeah,
2015,
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Then the next year, what was it then?
Next year I would do like Aquaman or Flash.
Aquaman or
So I would
Flash.
do either one of them. Cyborg maybe.
And so then 2020, we then have like the first Justice League film.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure what I would do.
Are we gonna
first.
keep? Are we gonna do like the originally planned part 1 and 2 format? Because that was originally like Justice League was originally supposed to be like a 2-part movie.
No, I'd have it as Justice League would be one solid movie on its own, and I wouldn't bring in like Darkseid or Apocalypse yet, because it's. I know they technically did that with Avengers,
Yeah.
but like if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know Thanos was in charge.
No.
So it's
And let's be honest, nobody even really knew Thanos was apart from people in comic books.
yeah,
I didn't. I didn't know he was.
I did, but it was like then I would do Justice League.
Yeah.
Then I'd do Batman vs Superman.
Hmm.
Because they need to get together first to break up.
Yeah. Would you actually do the Injustice storyline,
No,
or would you feel that would be ripping off too much of Marvel?
it would be. It would. I think Batman vs Superman. It needs to be a fight of ideals.
Yeah.
It's how it always comes down to that. Because in Injustice, it's about because Superman goes too far. But it's usually the fight between Batman and Superman is because Batman's gone too far. Or Batman doesn't agree with what Superman's doing, or he has a plan to take him down, because Batman has a plan to take down everyone.
Yeah. But we basically don't make this into like a Batman side versus a Superman side.
No, it's sort of like... I'd make it so... Because again, Batman versus Superman needs to be just that. Batman and Superman. It needs to be a fight of... I think this, we're gonna butt heads.
Oh yeah, let's do something not too drastic, but can we just take Amy McAdams, which is the fucking girl who plays Rachel, plays Lois Lane.
I don't know.
Get that actress out of there. I hated the actress who played her.
I liked her as Lois Lane.
I hated her.
It worked mostly.
I don't know. There's just something about her acting which I didn't like. I didn't like the Lois Lane character.
I didn't like when they killed Jimmy Olsen.
Look, can we just? We'll move on to that. Can we just accept that no matter how much we try, we're never going to make Lois Lane an interesting or valuable character? She's just always going to be there for Superman to save, and we always have to, we have to pretend like somehow she actually was anything but that, because she really wasn't. She never has been.
Yeah. Lois Lane can be done well. Because have you ever watched the animated movies?
I've never watched the animated movies.
Lois Lane is amazing in those. She's actually a badass. And you're like, awesome, this is the Lois Lane I was, looking for. But I can see what you mean, because it's... She gets kidnapped a lot.
Yes.
In, all of live action. Including the old Superman and the new. She's in danger a lot. Which is because she puts herself in danger. But she never gets herself out of danger.
No.
Which annoys me, because she could. With all that she knows, she could. So it feels false. Because they're trying to say strong, independent character, which she is for half of the time she's on. But I
just didn't like the fact that somehow her entire storyline was with putting two and two together and saying, Superman didn't fire a gun? Superman doesn't actually need to fire bullets?
Yeah, why was that a thing?
Why is that a thing?
In all of Batman vs. Superman, why was Superman put on trial for that? And second of all, if he did fire a gun, he killed some terrorists.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
even
why do Americans care about that?
And even if he did it, why would it matter?
No. Second of all, if for whatever reason the Man of Steel decided to fire a gun with a specific bullet that was very, very quickly traced back to Lex Luthor because he planned that, why?
Can we just go
would
back
you bother?
to...
He can shoot lasers out of his face. He can freeze you by sneezing.
Yes. He can literally do anything.
He can, he crucified a truck in Man of Steel.
Yes.
It's this guy can do anything.
Yeah, we are going to have to do some, major overhaul. Oh, by the way, you forgot one thing.
Oh?
Did we add Suicide Squad in?
Oh, fuck. I would add Suicide Squad after we'd introduced the villains.
Yeah?
Because you can't just have these villains up here. Because
I would make... Just introduce Deadshot and Harley first.
Yeah. Because, again, Deadshot would be another... he would be in my second Batman film.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I never want to start with the Joker. Especially not Jared Leto's Joker. Because the Joker is such a good villain, you need to build up to him. Deadshot would be the villain of, Suicide Squad 2. Of not Suicide Squad, of Batman 2. And I would, go with, a similar sort of, Arkham Origin story, where there's now a hit on Batman.
Yeah. So basically, overall,
It would
you
be
start Joker properly. You don't just go, you don't hand the reins to, what do we have here?
You just sound like Skeletor.
That's what he sounded like.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, he was like a weird mix of Skeletor and fucking, what was his name? Skeletor and
Scarface.
Yeah, that's what he was. He sounded like a weird mix of Skeletor and Scarface for some reason.
And
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm
not gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad. Bad, fucking terrible monster.
It says damaged on my forehead.
Get it? Well, I'm damaged because I'm crazy.
Look at all these hairs. Did he actually have those tattooed onto his body?
No.
Thank God.
Luckily for him.
Oh,
Can you imagine if he actually had every single tattoo?
it would just be heartbreaking
It would be.
for him only to get fired from being Joker
Yeah,
and immediately replaced with Joaquin Phoenix,
yeah. Who does? Who by the
who
looks?
does it.
Who by the looks of it does a way better job.
It is beautiful. Joker is amazing.
I need to go around.
You really do. And I would have Joker, but it would be like its own. I would connect Joker to DC, like the DCEU.
Yeah.
But I would have it. So if I had like my Batman quadrilogy, it would be Batman versus Deathstroke, Batman and Deadshot, and maybe like a couple of other assassins. So you'd be like Batman, Deadshot, Bane, and just for the hell of it, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, let's get Captain Boomerang in there.
Yeah.
Do we have to have Jai Courtney as that role? Because I like Jared. Because believe it or not, I like Jai
He was actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
Like I disagreed with him, but going back and watching Suicide Squad, which I did for whatever reason, he was actually one of the better
I
parts.
think that might have actually been. That actually might have been one of the few things that Suicide Squad did well. It actually inadvertently came up with Jai Courtney's
His,
like
best
natural
role.
his natural disposition for a role. You know, quit trying to make him the charismatic lead. Just make him like the dumb fucking drunken Australian,
Yeah,
which is what he really is.
I loved him.
We say that lovingly.
Yeah.
I love Australians and I love them. Not that way.
Yeah. Batman quadrilogy would be Deathstroke, Deadshot, Bane, and Captain Boomerang, because why the hell not? Then I'd have Joker. I would give Joker his own film before Batman and Joker.
Oh yeah.
Just so, like, because then you could, like, really get behind, like, either of these characters. And it would be something, like, but it's never been done before, because no one has ever really rooted for the Joker. He's an insane lunatic.
On what basis would you
He kills, murders, robs.
On what basis would you
mutilates.
would you make it so true?
But again, I do want Joker. Joker, I would change nothing. So I'd still make him this mental damage. But what I would make Joker a bit younger in like the actual Joker film. So that way, like, when him and Bruce meet, like, it's Batman versus Joker, they'd be like around a similar age, and he would be like, I'm not sure, but it would be, Joker does something amazing, because you feel bad for him, you feel bad for the Joker, of all people, and I would really like hammer that into this one, because I would say, like, while Batman's going on, Joker's been in jail. He's been committed to Arkham, like he is at the end of Joker. And I see, like, and he, like, sees on the news and he sees Batman, and he's like,
Be careful.
oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, you could guess that happens.
I might not have.
Yeah. But he sees, like, Batman on the news, and he gets, like, frustrated, because Batman's stealing his limelight. And he really wants to kill this fucker. He really, like, it gets personal. He wants him dead. Because Batman is everything that Joker, like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, is against. He's like this rich, he's this playboy, he's like playing to people, he's fake, he's false, he's just cruel. And it would like really get to him. And then they they go at each other like nuts. Because again, the Joker is everything that Batman's against.
Yeah.
He's a lunatic, he's a criminal, he's a murderer. He does it all because it's fun. And you can get behind either of these guys. And they meet up. And they actually, like, when they fight it out. And when Joker realizes, it's just so much fun. I can't kill this guy.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, I can't kill him. This is against my code, no matter what he does. And it's the goddamn paradox, back and forth.
Yeah, I really like want that to be like a more focused on element, like the code itself,
Yeah.
and like how ridiculous it can be.
Yeah. Because,
Oh yeah,
but just homicide. Just all of the murders Batman commits in his 2 films.
Hey, at what point though, because you know you have to do this, what point do you add Robin and Catman and Batgirl and Batwoman?
But Batgirl is. Robin, I'm not sure. I'd maybe put him in the second one. I'd like add him in when there's like a bounty out on Batman. And I'd be like, and it would be like maybe like midway through Robin's training. So I think he discovers Robin at the end of my first Batman, and he starts training him properly in the second one.
Hang on.
And in the third one, he's Nightwing.
Yeah. I'm just checking.
And then it's. And as much as I hate to say it, Jason Todd has been done to death.
Mm.
So it's no longer a plot twist, like the whole Red Hood thing. And I don't think they should put Jason Todd in the live action.
Yeah.
At least I certainly wouldn't. Because first you've got to introduce Ra's al Ghul, you've got to introduce Talia, you've got to introduce the Lazarus Pits, you've got to introduce Robin, you've got to kill Robin, you've got to have a better Joker. It's just so much work. And they don't have enough films for it.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I would introduce Batgirl long before I put in Jason Todd.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's a good idea because then you could have Batgirl leading like the Birds of Prey because the Birds of Prey are supposed to be heroes, aren't they?
Yeah, the Birds of Prey, as far as I can remember,
Yeah.
is Huntress, Black Canary, and Catwoman. This is like reformed Catwoman now.
Yes. And you can add Batwoman
Yeah.
just in case.
I think she's in it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's like the Birds of Prey is like a very like loose on who is in it and when.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
it's
but you have like maybe
like,
you have
the
Batwoman.
main ones are Huntress and Black Canary. They have the main people in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, add Batgirl, add I don't know Harley Quinn.
Do we have to? I might be wrong here, but I never remember Harley Quinn being in the Birds of Prey.
Yeah. Or the fucking magician girl. What's she called?
Zatanna.
Zatanna. You add her.
Yeah,
And then it becomes
and like maybe Miss Martian.
yeah. Have that as like a giant sixsome. I mean I don't mean that way.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
Stopping. Batwoman. would be
Stopping
into
you
that.
there.
Batwoman would be down for that.
Yes, because the characters are like Jesus Christ, dude. Do you feel proud? Are your ancestors looking down on you and smiling?
I don't know. She'd be there. She'd be walking in there. Strap me up, guys.
No, I'm stopping you here. That's
Just say she'd be down.
no. Just look this up in your own time.
Okay, well.
It's
Yeah, but alright. Only kidding. Yeah, but that's like the idea. Then you can have your fucking Birds of Prey movie later on.
yeah.
Because apparently we have to have that.
It could be.
Did
good.
anyone actually ask for a Birds of Prey movie though?
No,
But why are we having it then?
because they wanted to.
Diversity, I told you. I told you earlier.
No,
Diversity.
it's Birds of Prey could be great.
Not though.
It's not. It's not going to be, but it could be. If it was done right with the right characters in the right way, it could be a good film. But it probably won't be.
Probably won't.
All right. How would you do your DC Universe film?
Ooh, ha, ooh, yee, ha, ooh. Well, first of all, I rewrite everything. Okay?
Just to begin with, redo everything.
Okay, so in my universe, all of, you know how, like, generally it follows, like, a new timeline?
Yeah.
Well, what I do is that superheroes are already a thing. But, like, the old heroes
like-
were meant to be old?
The JSA,
Yeah, the JSA.
like Doctor Fates, Hawkman,
Yeah.
the Jay Garrick Flash,
Well, in this universe,
whatever his name is, Alan Scott, Green Lantern.
yeah. Well, you have them, and they're actually canon. First of all, I start with the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
Because,
Because Wonder Woman was good. 2/3 of Wonder Woman was good. For
Yeah.
many reasons, we all know the rest.
yes. Lies!
Okay, so you start with Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And she, like, and so we have, it's pretty much like the same way as our world's, Wonder Woman movie. But she actually interacts, like, at the end with the,
JSA.
JSA, yeah.
Yeah.
And therefore, and that allows her to then, like, meet them and share their ideals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's where she gets. That's where like, and she's the originator of like
The Justice League.
the Justice League.
That could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it makes sense because she was there at the time. She was there at the time. She remembers like the old days, and
Yeah.
it then allows her to go into the future with that in mind, realizing the threats that are oncoming, and say we need to start our own for this generation.
I like it.
Yeah, because if we're gonna have Henry Cavill's, because you want to keep Henry Cavill, right?
I want to keep Henry Cavill because he's a good Superman.
Yeah, and I do too. I think Henry Cavill is just like naturally supposed to be play gritty characters.
Yeah, he's currently The Witcher.
Yeah, he's the Witcher. I think that's just like his natural mode. So even if you write him to be like, happy-go-lucky
Have you
Superman,
seen just 3 minutes of him saying "fuck"?
I have.
As it's one of his main lines as Geralt of Rivia in Witcher.
He
It's
loves
just
it,
every other line is "fuck."
I've seen it. Yeah.
Nobody swears like Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that is brilliant. That is he's really, really brilliant at it. So yeah,
So I'm guessing you'd then do Superman.
no, actually, I wouldn't.
Oh?
No, actually, I wouldn't.
You'd do Cyborg.
Nah, bro. Nah. Victor Stone. I will. Since this is my universe, I will do everything in my body's possible limits to make sure that Victor Stone is kept out as much as possible.
Yeah.
Not because I'm racist. Just
You
saying.
said that like because it's like I am racist, but it's not why I don't want
Exactly.
Cyborg.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. I'm not racist. I'm not racist, but no, but yeah, I just don't think. I've just never really thought that Cyborg is a good fit for like the Justice League.
Yeah.
Because he just seems out of place.
To be fair, he's one of the most powerful members.
Is he though?
Yes.
He's basically a Terminator. Terminator's not really that impressive
Yeah.
compared to
Terminator was.
a super alien and
Yeah.
an
To be fair,
Amazon.
he's got a living piece of machinery in him. He can open up portals to random parts of a planet and other planets, and turn himself into pretty much any weapon,
Could he always
and
do
is
that?
nigh indestructible.
Could he always
Yes,
do that?
you can always do that. They toned it down for Teen Titans.
Yeah,
He's one of the strongest members of the Justice League.
I'm just biased towards the Teen Titans version. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep him out of it.
Okay.
And so yeah, we don't start with Superman. We actually start, funnily enough, with Flash.
Oh, so you're doing Wonder Woman then Flash.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Not how most people do it, but I'm just thinking. So you have that. Wonder Woman has since then become the premier superhero
Yeah.
because it kind of makes sense, but from my perspective,
Just a bit.
she is a lot more diplomatic and open to, working with authority, unlike Batman.
Unlike Batman.
And she doesn't give off the air that she's like too openly powerful and it wouldn't intimidate people like Superman would.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman is pretty much, when you think about it, the perfect representative.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So she's that, and she's like the sort of Tony Starkish figure to the future heroes.
Yeah.
And so you have Ezra Miller returning because I don't know, I really love Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has his thing, his movie, taken on Captain Cold.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking is we start really light.
Yeah.
We
Because
start
the
like
rogues are good villains.
yeah, but I'm thinking like we generally start this universe like on a really light note,
Yeah.
and then as time goes on, we introduce more characters that are more gritty, and as a result,
Like Marvel did.
like Marvel did, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And we go from this model either way. So that happens.
After Flash, you go to...
Then we go to. Then we go to Batman. We go to Batman, and that's when like things start to
Yeah, that's when things kick off.
go darker. And in regards to which villain I would have him take on, I would actually have him take on Black Mask
Ooh.
because this is like a young Batman still,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying, I have faith in Robert Pattinson to play Batman.
Yeah.
I know you're not a big believer
Yeah.
in him,
It's...
but I have a good
He
feeling
could
about
do
him.
good. The
I think
problem
he
is,
will.
if he does, then I'm not sure what's going to happen to the rest of DC. But if it goes bad, I also don't know what's going to happen to the rest of DC.
Yeah, but this is my universe,
Yeah.
so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. So this is like a young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Doing what he's doing, and people may hate it, but this Batman isn't exactly the most competent, and I think it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because remember, he's still a super young hero. He's idealistic. He's a lot more.
You're not going to make
idealistic.
him a bumbling idiot.
No.
Just
I'm
not as smart as he was.
but I'm actually going to model him on, and don't do this the wrong way, Anakin Skywalker. His portrayal slightly. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to make him an out and out brat, but I'm going to make him like a brash, sometimes arrogant, idealistic young guy
That
who
could work.
hasn't fully learned yet.
Yeah.
And
So it's going to be like year one sort of thing.
yeah.
It's
And
one of the best Batman comics ever.
yeah, exactly. And as we go along, and I love Black Mask. I think he's a very underrated villain. Oh, by the way, his enforcer in this is Killer Croc.
I like that.
Yeah. And I would make him one scary motherfucker.
So not what he was in Suicide Squad.
No. Because I don't know if you've seen like some portrayals of him. You ever seen Gotham Knights?
No, I haven't.
Gotham Knights is like it's like this series of short films. It's supposed to be like linked to the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But it's like an anime style. And it is.
I've heard of this. It's like him against like Deathstroke.
No, Deadshot, yeah. Killer Croc's in it. Killer Croc is scary. He just looks unsettling. Let me actually show you what he looks like.
Yeah, sure. Like, let me get him up on this.
Yeah.
You keep telling me about.
Because I don't know, there's something about anime that's just unsettling. It
Yeah.
can be unsettling. I don't get what it's about that still. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Alright.
Alright, so. After that, what would you do?
After like what will be a very dark and gritty take. We might even have to make it a 15, by the way.
I'm fine with that.
Remember, this is just my take on things, so I'm just having fun. We're just Gotham Knights,
Yeah. Gotham Knights, I put Arkham Knights.
yeah.
Don't get me started on.
Gotham Knights.
Knights. Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at him. Christ alive, that's frightening.
That's like
Doesn't
it's like
even
this-
look human.
I know, yeah. It's like, and he doesn't even talk. He just roars.
Oh, that's cool.
Because his story in that, right, is that his mother gave birth to him. She was like a hobo, basically.
Oh no. And he came out like that?
Yeah, and she like threw him down a drain.
Ooh.
So because of that, he ended up becoming basically like
Just a beast.
He's feral. Oh, and in that too, Scarecrow kidnaps him
Ooh.
somehow, and pumps him full of fear gas. So when he attacks people, it spreads fear gas.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that story. Oh,
So that'd be Black Mask Enforcer. Killer Croc.
yeah,
It's a goddamn nightmare.
yeah, and in fact, and he actually, and Black Mask is a very sophisticated villain, as you know. So he has this this thing, right, where you know the story of the Minotaur.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, this Black Mask is a sadistic fucking monster, right?
Yeah.
So he takes
His version of Minotaur's from Killer Croc.
yeah, and he just pushes people into it,
Oh.
And then- and it becomes like a horror film.
Oh.
He takes Batman and he throws him in, locks every single door, and he's trapped in like this maze of Killer Croc.
It's Batman
That Killer
trying
Croc.
to get out while Killer Croc is trying to goddamn destroy him.
Yeah, it's looking like someone like that in real life.
That could be amazing.
Yeah, and it builds Black Mask up as like a complete monster on Joker's level because
Oh yeah.
because my film is basically about you can tell I'm a big fan of these Batman type of stories.
Yeah.
Of villains. Yeah, so it's dark as fuck, this one. And yeah, so then we move on, and then we have our Shazam film.
Oh, I completely forgot about Shazam.
But we have this at the same time generally to the Black Knight. You know why?
Yeah.
For the kids. Adults get my Batman movie, the kids get Shazam.
Yeah.
And I like Shazam.
Yeah.
I really did.
I haven't watched it.
Mm.
Was it any good?
It was alright. I mean, it's just DC.
It's just a bit entertaining.
DC comes at it. I think DC's main problem generally though is that they've come at a time when Marvel's done everything possible.
Yeah.
Anything they try now do, Marvel's already done it. I think
That is the problem.
and I think their philosophy now, as you can tell, is just them trying to do everything better,
Just a bit.
or try and do it better is the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is it's Marvel, so it's pretty difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
Because it's Marvel, but it's not only is it Marvel, it's Marvel backed by Disney.
yeah. I mean, it's bad that it's bad enough that they actually literally have to take the people from Marvel and just can you please do this for us?
Just a bit. Joss Whedon, didn't they?
Yeah. I know that. Yeah, and like I said, I've told you before. Now they have the director for Guardians of the Galaxy to do who's directing the the next Suicide Squad film.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, that should be fantastic.
What would you do for your Suicide Squad film?
Tell you the truth, I would actually would I actually have that? I'm not sure if I would actually have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I would be. Would I have it like a comedy, or would I actually have it like dark in the realm of my Batman story?
I'd go comedy with Suicide Squad.
Hmm.
But actually make it funny this time round.
Yeah. Harley Quinn, nice to meet you.
No. Love of God, no.
Do we have to have Harley Quinn in everything?
I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, generally, Harley Quinn just feels like so saturated now, doesn't she? Like she's been in everything.
Not everything.
Well, no, that's the thing though. She actually has to be in everything.
She's got her own show now.
She has her own show. She has her own merchandise. She's pushed as like one of the faces. She has her own movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
She's not exactly one of the most in-depth characters. You can only do Harley Quinn so many times.
yeah. Do you think though that we're gonna enter a stage where Harley Quinn's gonna outstay her welcome?
I don't think so.
You don't think?
I think you could always have Harley Quinn, but you can't push it too much before it gets a bit annoying. No one will be like, "I'll get rid of Harley Quinn," but it'll get annoying.
To be honest, I'm pretty fed up with Harley Quinn.
Mm.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah. What else you got in mind? Oh no, fuck yeah, we're still on my.
Yeah,
we're
you haven't
still
finished yet.
We're still on mine. Okay, so yeah, we do that. We do the Flash one. We do the Batman one. We do the Shazam one, and then we do Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman keep the same.
Yeah, Aquaman keep the same, but then Aquaman one. But then we have a post credits thing, and that's actually when remember everyone's been aged back now.
Yeah.
Everyone's been aged back, so everybody, obviously except for Wonder Woman, who's pretty much immortal.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, but obviously since it's Gal Gadot, it doesn't really change anything. But everyone's around like 20-ish to 25 now, and that is when he sees. So Aquaman has a post credit scene where he's walking with Mira, and they see something floating through the air.
Hey, it's Man of Steel.
Then that sets up the Man of Steel movie.
Yeah. How would you do Man of Steel?
That's a really difficult one because, again, I love Henry Cavill. I really do enjoy Henry Cavill, and I think it would be a shame if you have to like cut him out.
Yeah.
But you want to keep Batman like as the sole, brooding figure because that's what Batman is supposed to be.
Yeah.
On a team full of colourful nerds, he's supposed to be
He's
the
the
guy.
only one wearing black.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like your gothic cousin who hates you for some reason, who hates being at the family reunion.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just here because you fucking nerds need my help, and it benefits me as well.
Yeah.
It benefits Gotham.
Just a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. So, all right, we'll keep Henry Cavill. And I don't like it because I just feel it's not Henry Cavill's like natural disposition to be a cheerful guy, and to play the cheerful character.
Yeah. He can.
Yeah, but we get through that, and we might have Wonder Woman come in at the last minute to help him out.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, he'd be like sort of like the Iron Man 2 style Nick Fury scene.
Yeah.
Like, hey, alright, man, you're the Justice League.
Yeah, that could work. So, and then that builds up to the first Justice League film.
Yay.
I would have had it. We might even have a few solo superhero movies too. Villain movies actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think though? I want to have a Lex Luthor one. I want to have a Lex Luthor origin story. Because I love Lex Luthor.
It could work, yeah.
I've grown to appreciate the character a lot more over the years.
Yeah. Because Lex believes what he's doing will help humanity.
Yeah.
Because he thinks like while Superman's around, humanity can't properly evolve. And it's an interesting look on things.
And Superman can be a menace. All right. Injustice showed what would happen if Lex Luthor was right.
Yeah.
Because remember, unless you have kryptonite, Superman will not lose.
Superman probably won't lose.
Yeah.
You can always, there's always a doomsday out there.
There's always a doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just keep throwing doomsdays all the time.
No, you can't.
Anyway, I just don't want to have doomsday.
Don't you?
No, I don't like doomsday.
Like what doomsday?
Like, come on, what exactly does he do other than kill that? What has he ever actually done
Aside from kill Superman.
that makes his character mean anything other than killing Superman that one time?
Yeah.
But since it's a comic book world, nobody ever actually stays dead.
Yeah. He's the first person to actually kill Superman. So, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
He doesn't have many other claims to fame.
Exactly.
But then it's
Other than that, he's just like another generic fucking,
if you compare him to
CGI
the Joker,
monster.
all the things the Joker's done. He killed Jason Todd. He crippled Barbara.
Yeah. Anything else? And then,
All the graveyards that he's filled, the people that he's massacred, the time that he threw a baby in the air to stop a woman pointing a gun at him, and then gunned her down.
Did you actually?
He's done a lot.
Did you ever see like the Nth Metal?
Oh, I know what you're on about.
Yeah.
The Dark Knights thing.
Yeah.
With the Dark Multiverse, I loved that. And Batman Who Laughs, I'm gonna guess you're gonna go on about.
Yeah.
Who's one of the best villains they've ever done.
I would actually love to do a movie on that one.
I would love a Dark Knights movie.
But here's the thing, and this will surprise you. We've used this word so many times it doesn't mean anything, but I mean it here.
Yeah?
The origin story for the
Batman Who Laughs.
The Batman Who Laughs. It's one of the darkest things I've ever read in DC canon.
Yeah.
You read it, right?
Yeah, I've read it, and it is fucked to hell and back.
Yeah, could you actually do that though, or a movie? And keep it canon with this main franchise that Warner Brothers is banking on.
Arguably.
Well, because the only thing you can do is do a Joker. You do a Joker where you make it like a.
But with Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
So
I would love a Batman Who Laughs movie.
Yeah.
Because it's.
But it can never be canon. That's the thing.
It could, yeah. It's amazing and beautiful, but it would just be so hard to do.
Yeah. I think it's just too hard to do generally.
Yeah, because I loved that whole thing. Like the DC Metal was one of the best events they've done in years.
Yeah.
And it's led into the whole the Doom War that they're doing now. It's like Lex Luthor and Perpetua, which is it's a culmination of a bunch of years of stuff. They've got the Monitor and Anti-Monitor back in it, and it was brilliant. Like the idea of, hey, here's a universe full of just nightmares. Here's everything that could go wrong did go wrong, because the Dark Multiverse was so successful. There's a small little spin-off comic series of Tales from the Dark Multiverse, where they take the classic stories and put a twist on them.
Yeah, essentially. So these Batmen or Batwomen
Yeah.
being very fucked up.
Oh yeah. Well, one Batwoman who was also who was also Aquaman.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a very it's very bizarre.
I liked it.
Yeah. So what else is on your mind other than that?
Weirdly enough, I like a Doomsday Clock movie.
Yeah.
Like,
That would be big.
Like the crossover with Watchmen. I like it because I've read it now.
Do you think that
And
can happen?
No, of course it can't.
Why not?
It's impossible because there's the Watchmen movie, the Watchmen TV series, which is a whole thing of its own. It would be so difficult to do.
But you can actually. But we've just seen now Ezra Miller in
Yeah,
the Arrowverse. It can be done.
It
if
can
they
be
really
done.
Want it to be done.
but it shouldn't be done because there'd be no way to do justice to like. Because it's
Pun intended.
It's like it's 3 different ways of doing something. Because it's the Watchmen TV show is different to the Watchmen movie, and both of those are very different to the current DC movies. So there would be no way to cross over either of these 3 because it's 3 separate audiences.
Mm.
There would be no way to do it successfully. Like the Doomsday Clock comic was amazing because it was essentially just it crossed over perfectly because you knew what was going on here. It fitted in perfectly with like the whole Superman theory, and it was good. It was fun, but it cannot be translated to film, unfortunately.
Hey.
Yeah.
They used to say though comic books couldn't be adapted to film.
That is true. It's if it was done right, it would be good, but it would piss off someone. It would piss off one of these audiences.
Yeah, but I mean, audiences get pissed off all the time.
Yeah. And I have a fear of it being like Harley Quinn, like Watchmen being done to death. Because I like that they've done it with like Doomsday Clock, a new series, and a movie. I like that Watchmen hasn't been touched on.
Speaking of people getting pissed off for no good reason.
Oh?
Kobe Bryant. We gotta bring that up somehow.
Why?
Well, obviously, what's happened to Kobe Bryant was shocking.
You died in a helicopter crash.
Died in a
with
helicopter
14 other
crash.
people.
Yeah. He was a great player, it seems, because obviously I'm not a big basketball guy.
Mm.
But did you actually see these fucking people who are saying that it's a good thing that he died because he was apparently accused of rape at some point?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I mean, innocent until proven guilty.
which he was obviously was never proven guilty.
Yeah. And like, how many years ago is this?
I don't know. Let me look that up a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up these the full
The full article.
Sorry.
Because there is also the possibility of it being a Michael Jackson sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You shouldn't be happy that someone's dead, especially not in such a disgusting way. Like,
So
And
2003.
so 17 years ago.
Yeah. The in Colorado, town called Eagle, Colorado. Kobe Bryant was arrested in connection with an investigation of a sexual assault complaint filed by a 19-year-old hotel employee.
I'm guessing it never came to anything then.
No, never did apparently. It got dropped.
So it's nothing was proven then.
Nothing was proven.
And it's like, again, innocent until proven guilty. If you want to make a fuss about it, it needs to be like reinvestigated.
Yeah.
But either way, you shouldn't be happy that he died. That's awful. Even if he did do this, you shouldn't be happy that him and 14 other people died in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
What is it with social media these days? It's like apparently even in death you can't escape the Twitter mob. It seems.
I mean, I guess not.
You just can't for some reason. All right, because Twitter. All right, not just Twitter, social media will never forget. Will never forget when you make a mistake, right?
Oh no.
It will never forget ever. That's the key thing about Twitter. You make one mistake, or you're accused of something, and it's never forgotten about.
Oh no.
Ever.
Or at least not for long.
And here's the thing, right? Those people who say these things, these fucking goofs who have no life other than social media, whose job it is to tweet to this person, oh, you get this, you said that 12 years ago, you're a racist, you're a sexist. I guarantee you, right? Those people who say that have the most, have done the worst shit possible. They've said the worst shit possible, and they are compensating for it.
Probably.
It's a compensation process.
Yeah. Right. I say again, it was dropped, and it was probably dropped for a reason. Of maybe it was mistaken identity, maybe it wasn't enough evidence, maybe they got the wrong guy. It's who knows. Either way,
how many of these people though?
If you want to make a fuss about it now, you need to actually do some digging into it.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to ask you this, Tom. How many of those people actually were tweeting that? Who were tweeting at people, his supporters, bringing tributes to him? How many of them actually you think even knew that and just only learned about it after he died? And are just doing it for virtue signaling points.
Who knows?
I think it's the latter. I generally do think half of those people didn't even know who Kobe Bryant was, and they didn't even know about those allegations ever.
I didn't know who he was until he died, unfortunately.
I knew who he was.
Seemed like he was a decent fellow.
Yeah, I knew who he was, but obviously since I wasn't I'm not a follower of basketball. I didn't know, but he was like the face of basketball recently. So that's why it's so shocking, because obviously if he was like an older retired player, it probably wouldn't mean as much. But
it would still mean as much. It would still be a man who died.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like since he's like he was the current face of like basketball.
Yeah.
It means a lot more. It's like having like it's like having Anthony Joshua die in his prime. It's like having.
Yeah, I get you. He could have like achieved so much more.
Oh no, he'd already achieved a lot. Kobe Bryant was like 42 years old.
Oh no.
But he was still like going.
He was still doing.
Yeah, he was still going well. Yeah.
On that sad note, shall we bring it to a close?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking next week. Do you want to do another like how we would change the process with the sequels?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, like we do what we just did today with the
Star Wars sequels.
Yeah, Star Wars sequels.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Exactly. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot again, everyone. Shout out to Jacob Stone and Props, as well as the two YouTube channels, Order of the Green Hand and Preston Jacobs. Those last two are really, really good. A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones channels. Check them out; they are fantastic. And with Props and Jacob Stone, great YouTubers, great guys, and we want to say thank you again for the artwork. All right, bye bye guys.